Hi folks, this is Rick again making a video about pre-selectors. I posted a few videos about a pre-selector signal conditioner I'm building. So just to give you a bit, and I'm not going to bore you with a lot of theory of stuff, but a pre-selector is nothing but a capacitor and an inductor in series, and they're set so you can tune it, and you tune the antenna for the resonant frequency that you want to listen to. So this is oversimplified, but this is how it works. So here I have this tuned to VOA 15580 being broadcast this afternoon, and I want you to note right here where my finger is, if you can see the meter, I'm bouncing between 7 and 9, sometimes a little over, and that is wired up to this MFJ-956 antenna tuner that's been modified. I followed the design by Bob Betts at bobsamerica.com/SWL, and I even went a step further than that. But basically, what you're doing here, I'm just going to show you this. Here's the schematic for it, for the modification if this comes through. So here's your coils for tuning. Here's your tuning capacitor, and what you do is you put two 4-to-1 transformers in there to step the signal down 50 ohms to 12 ohms going through this tuner second, which raises the Q. I've changed all these coils out to high Q coils. You also add a double pole single throw toggle switch in here. And what you do is you basically short out either the coils or the capacitor by, it's center off. And that allows you to either shorten the antenna or lengthen the antenna to give you better tuning. Also in this is a 5K ohm attenuator, a pot put in here. And if you put this in here, if you're going to do this, be sure you use carbon composite. Do not use any wire wound potentiometers in here, because those things, you don't use them in RF, as they generate inductance in the circuit. Okay, so this is pretty simple what he did here. I think it's ingenious. I built this, and I will show that to you. Show you that to you right here. So I'm going to pop the cover off of this, and you see here's the toggle switch. Here's the toggle switch right here for shortening or lengthening, and here's the attenuator. This is something else I added in here. I'll talk to that in a moment. Here's my two transformers that are in there, my 4-to-1s. Mine are on sockets because I've been playing with this. I play with this. I pop these off and I put jumpers in there to take this in and take these transformers in and out of the circuit just to test the performance. So now this thing right here, this is a neon lamp that's wired in here. Actually, it's wired across the input to ground, along with some 914 diodes and a resistor, and this makes a transient impulse circuit in here. So if this neon light ever starts flashing, that means I have so much static on my line, it's time to turn the radios off. That's the short of that. This is something I put into this one just to see how all this works out. Anyway, so I'm going to pop the cover back on there. I'm going to show you how this works for me. Okay, so here again, I'm going to turn this up a little bit so you can hear it. Okay, so I'm tuned to 15580, Voice of America, being beamed into Africa. Okay, and so I'm in bypass. So if you watch the needle, you can see I can tune it in, drop it out, and we're still bouncing 7 to 9. Okay, ground function still works. All the functions still work. So we go over here to the 7 to 30 megahertz range, the big one, and you see it drops off. Well, now what happens? Now I need to tune it. So start coming in with the capacitor and see if I can tune it. And I'm losing signal on here because of the transformers that are in the circuit. So now if I bypass the capacitors or bypass the inductors, okay, and shorten the antenna, now I get tuning range. And look at that. I've actually picked up signal. I don't know if you can see that, but my signal is clear up into the red, going up almost to 20 now. Okay. So just to show you this, come out of normal tuning and go back into bypass, and I'm picking up signal. Now up here in the 15 megahertz range, this is the first time I've gotten a really good example of that I could use to demonstrate the effectiveness of this thing. Normally up in here, a pre-selector is not effective. Where it becomes real effective is if you get down here into, like, this is a local AM station, and it happens to be a very close one. It gets down here into the medium wave. It becomes effective, and you get tuning. You get tuning down in here pretty good. And if you go even lower, you get some good tuning. I have this graph that's made on this. This is a nomograph. So what I have here is the 4 coils plotted this way, the range of my capacitors plotted this way, and you drop it down, and this gives me the actual frequency range of my tuner. And over here it gives me my impedance that this thing, the impedance range of this. So anyway, you can find this circuit design at bobsamerica.com/SWL, and if you look around through his pre-selector stuff, you'll find the circuitry on this transient impulse that I added to this, which is part of the normal of it. Anyway, if this shows you how well this one works. So that just makes me excited thinking about how this one is going to end up working once I get it finished. Thanks for watching, folks.